watching Thrifty Kaniffy. Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. Today we're going to be looking at a tortoiseshell knife. This is the first one I've reviewed in this particular series. Rough Ryder has had other knives in the past that are tortoiseshell. I don't think they've ever really officially named a series for it. And this particular series does have this new shield that they've incorporated here into the logo. It'll be on the handle, and the little tagline here is imitation shell with black liners, so they've definitely never used black liners on their other tortoiseshell knives. So I guess in some sense this is a pretty new series, though you can find other Rough Ryders that are older with tortoiseshell handles. Alright, and the model we're going to be looking at here is RR2246, just your standard magnetic style box with the little liner cut out there, and yeah, pretty neat. So here's the pattern we're looking at today. This is the Barlow. Now, I will have to say that I haven't been that impressed with this particular series. I've had a friend that bought, I'd say, 4 or 5 different patterns, if not more. And there were a number of them that had issues. Gapping, really poorly centered blades that were rubbing. Just all manner of different little quality control problems. So I don't know what's going on with this particular series, but I would be leery of buying some of the patterns until you've had a chance to check them out. Maybe look for a review of one before you go forward with the purchase or something. But I've been pretty happy with this Barlow. The Barlow's been good, so I've kind of avoided a disaster by just sheer luck, really, trying out this particular pattern. But this is a single bladed Barlow. They usually have 2 bladed Barlows from Rough Ryder, but I believe this is the second release of this particular pattern where they only use just the one clip point blade. But there you go. It's 3 1/4 inches there, closed. You get a nickel silver bolster with the pinch here on the end, and the single thread nickel silver pins, and there's that shield I discussed earlier. Pretty much has quite a bit of detail in it, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's a pretty attractive little shield. If you like, tortoises, it does pretty good job of imitating that. And then the color of the handle is pretty nice too. I think it does a good job of imitating a tortoise shell, and you can see they used to good effect the lighter areas of the handle, where the liner behind it actually sort of reflects the light, and you get a nice sort of light bronze coloring there along with the brown. So it does do a good job of imitating, tortoise shell. So I'm pretty happy with the handles and the way the pins are laid in there. No big steps or anything crazy like that. So I think of the tortoiseshell series, this might be one of the safer bets for quality control. Now you got brass liners here and no major gaps or anything. There's a minor one here at the back side. Nothing massive. I can definitely live with that. And this is about a $14 knife, I believe. I have to double check the price on that. But you get pretty well clean construction all around on this particular one. Stepping is good. Pins are not proud. So not too bad. So let's look at the blade. You get half stops on this guy. Satin finish on the blade with the swedge and a match strike pull. Very pointy. Nice point on it. There's a look at the edge on this one. The grind on that side, and then we'll look at the other. Let's see. Not perfect, but again, I think it's going to be plenty sharp out of the box. And definitely has a nice little tip on it. There's a look at your tang stamp. The reverse R on that side. And you got the little Rough Ryder font below it written out. Other side we have blade etch. Well, on the tang anyway, and then you get the 440B indication. So we have 440B stainless steel on this guy. A nice little step up from 440A, and then you have the model number there, 2446 in China, origin of manufacturer. But attractive little clip blade. And the swedge doesn't really bother me too much on this. They did a good job of keeping it out of the way of the nail nick, so not too bad. It looks to be pretty well straight. Now it's not the most perfectly centered. It does have a little rightward lean in there, as you can see, but it's not rubbing or anything, so I'll forgive that. Pull on it, could be a little heavier. I wouldn't say it's like to the point that it's a problem, but I'd say about a 5, so right in the middle there. I think 7 is ideal and for most people, but it's a little light. But in the open position, it feels like it locks up, and I have confidence with it. It's not a particularly long blade where the pull becomes even more vital. Shorter blade, I'm a little more forgiving. But you get a blade length here right at 2.5 inches, cutting edge 2 1/4. So pretty typical size Barlow. But you don't get a lot of single blade Barlows from Rough Rider to this point. I think they've only put out 2. But this looks like this might be an ongoing pattern that they released, because probably only one other series had this, and now this is the second one in pretty quick succession. So I'm guessing they're probably going to start making more of these single blade Barlows, which is fine by me because I do enjoy a nice little single blade Barlow. But let's give us a bit of a paper test here, if we can. So yeah, it feels pretty good. Might be better if I stropped it just a touch, but did a pretty good job of getting right through the paper there. Very easy to carry knife. I would probably put this in a small slip. Fits pretty well on that guy right there. You can see the top edge. And you can probably put it in a medium one as well. Let's kind of see how that goes. It's a little buried in there with the medium. So take your pick. Might want a little more protection. So whatever your preference, I think either one will work. Kind of in between the 2 sizes. But yeah, this is a really attractive little knife. Very easy to carry, pretty slender design. See why this couldn't be an EDC. Not going to be a super hard use knife. And again, I no question about it, I would have liked a little harder pull. I think with that I would have rated this a little higher if it had just been like a 7 pull on it. But again, I don't think it's to the point of being an issue. Just a preference thing there. But there you have it, guys. The Tortoise Shell Barlow. Model number, again, RR2246. Just be careful when you're buying in this series. I got to tell you. There has been some lemons that I have seen. So a little bit of caution when buying, and don't be afraid to return it if it's not up to your standard. So there you have it, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. We'll see you next time. Take care.